That's a great starting screen. Come on, YouTube. Here we go. What's up, profitable stylists? Here we go. We've got Bernard here just rocking the mess out of these pit vipers. And I guess it goes along with today's program because you look like a mega fail. We are talking about hair extension mega fails. I got you, sucker. Mega fail. And I think the other mega fail is that I don't have your audio on. I don't know. I gotta see. I need help. Of course I need help.
RJ, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Now everybody can hear you. Okay, so
Can
now
people
we can
see?
go live.
Can they see the picture? We're already.
Not yet. I just wanted to
You think
introduce
you got me
everything
on
first,
now.
make some fun, get the kinks out.
Okay, let's
Because
talk
I am
about
Mr. Technology, you know.
yeah, let's talk about some bad hair extensions because I love I love bad hair extensions.
You
As
do.
as edu I don't love them like I don't want to do them, but come on, it's our if they didn't have bad extensions, we wouldn't have a job. We teach people how to do hair extensions, and I just I marvel at the what people think are good extensions. I mean, even in my own salon yesterday, a girl put in two wefts, and it, God, there's such a small world. Just so happens to be put on another hairdresser that lives in town, who's like, "Hey, Bernard, you, I worked for you 21 years ago." Oh, really? Did did you quit or did I fire you? You fired me. But she's like, but you needed to. I was in a bad relationship. I was on drugs. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, come a long way. Right, right. Yeah. So I look at the extensions, and they're not that good, and they're my extensions. And the hairdresser put two wefts in. They were too low. The girl's hair was parted way over here. So, yep, on this side, it looked fine because the extensions were here and the part was here and it all blended really well. And it got to blend less and less as it went around. And then over here where the extensions, like the bottom row was right on top of the ear. In a week, it's going to grow out and be touching her ear. And then the other one was just right above that. So you had all this hair over the top, creating this heavy weight line. Oh my goodness, right above the shoulders. And the ends of the client's hair were a lighter brown, and most of it was dark brown. And then the lead stylist says, "I'm sorry, Bernard, I helped her match that color." I said, "I'm not blaming any particular person. I'm just saying this doesn't look great, and we got to fix it before she leaves." So we added another pack of strands in the lighter brown that matched her ends and sporadically put them in there as highlights, and it pulled it all together really well. So sometimes it can be easily fixed. But Eddie, let's jump into some pictures of that are out there, celebrities, bad extensions out there in the world, and just show some that just cannot be fixed. Can anybody? Can people see this now?
All right. So first up is the infamous Britney Spears. She is the queen of messed up hair extensions. You know,
She's from
people
my
will
area.
remember Britney Spears
Yeah,
as a pop star singer, right? Leave Britney alone is what I remember her as.
she's in. She's from Kentwood, Louisiana, just a couple hours north of me. And we've done clients that know her personally, and it's a little embarrassing. It's like, Brittany, come on. She sings so great, dances so good, good looking girl, such a great career, but she just cannot get the hair right. Sometimes her hair looks great, but what the heck is that? I wonder how long ago that is.
This is a no. Okay, so yeah, let's say this straight. This is a while ago, but if you're going for like a top 10 of all time, if you're going for like the Hall of Fame of messed up hair extensions, she's always going to make the list. Like it's just a no-brainer. She's always going to be on the list.
So you know what that
Um,
looks like to me? I mean, that looks like the start of like cornrow braids, or not cornrow, but braids. Like you take little sections, and when you're going to braid from the scalp out and add hair to it and show people you actually have extensions, that's one thing. But it looks like they started the little sections, they started to do something, and then they didn't finish it, and they just threw it in a ponytail. And then why would you throw your hair in a ponytail like that and show that all off? I bet when it's down, the part line looks okay, and all of that can be hidden. But she is probably like, "Oh, I'm taking the kids to school." No, there's a camera right there behind her too, so
No,
she knows.
there's paparazzi all over her, and this was one of the things where, so it's like a twofold situation, right? I was doing a hair extensions class on Monday, and I was talking about how when you apply the extensions, you got to follow natural fall, and you have to explain to the client hair extensions do not get pulled up above natural fall. And
Right.
the stylist on Monday, they were like, "Well, how do you put your hair in a ponytail, or how do you put your hair up in a bun?" I go, "Exactly, you don't. You're not supposed to go up above natural fall. Clients are gonna do it, and when they do it, they need to understand you're not supposed to do that."
They're
Now,
getting damaged. They're getting damaged from it. Do a
they're
low
getting damaged.
classy ponytail to control it. You do half up, the part of the hair that doesn't have extensions on top, put in a ponytail, and then put the rest in the low ponytail. Do the two
Yeah.
ponytail. But you can't. I mean, you can. Obviously, she's doing it. She's fine. You can actually do it. But
I
that
feel
is
bad in a way for her, but then in another way, I really like. I don't like paparazzis. I don't agree that there should be people chasing you around with freaking cameras, cataloging every time you go to the bathroom or go to food, eat lunch or something.
keep that opinion to yourself.
I,
That's
you know,
how we get this good stuff.
no. But this is one of the things that I do appreciate is that, look, this was her day off. She probably just wanted to go to the store. She's probably trying to go to
Right.
Walmart or something. Who knows? And these were the days when they were doing keratin bonds rolled. We
Next
would use the
picture.
rolling technique.
Yep. That's a keratin bomb for sure. Rolled in there, just a little too tight. Zoom in on this.
So
I mean,
while we're on the Britney kick here,
oh my God.
wait, no, zoom
Like,
in.
I
Here we
like
go.
Britney. I told you to delete this one. We weren't even going to use it.
No. This is what happens when you don't brush your hair.
That's true. You got to keep them detangled. I get it. Right. So Brittany is definitely been. You know what? I got to give it to her though. She is part of what made extensions infamous. I think it's called when it's not. She made so many people know about hair extensions that it definitely did lift us all to be able to do more extensions because it made people ask more questions and talk about it more and say, "I don't want." I know.
I do. I want extensions, but I don't want to look like that.
Right. Right. Next picture. I can't look at this too long.
All
Now
right.
this.
So
But what do you really think happened here? I mean, there's so much speculation.
I
Come on.
this is Angelina Jolie. For those that don't know, she's
All
super
right.
famous, right?
Yes.
Now,
Love her.
this particular image really rocked waves big time. And this is a recent, this happened, was it this year or last year? It just happened.
Within a year for sure, but maybe.
Yeah. And
But
so what ended up happening was, what a lot of people, they don't realize, and this is why I like this, that this did happen, is because a lot of people don't realize when they go to these galas or these events or these award ceremonies or whatever they are, it's a quick clip-in thing. It gets
Yep.
styled and it gets clipped out, or the clips get taken out and they're just back to normal. They don't always have hair down to their waist.
not necessarily. Right. Right.
And this was rushed, or the way she just went to do her pose and flipped her head or something, or she tucked her hair behind her ear a little bit over there, and you know what? It's it just, she moved in the wrong way. Like you could see it over her shoulder blade. The hair's all tucked in.
No matter where she moved, this was going to show that line no matter what. Let me talk about just a couple of things that could have been different, could have happened, in my opinion. First of all, you're right. I didn't even think about it being a quick fix for a show or a runway walk or a one night thing. Because if it was a real head of extensions, they would have told her, if the stylist was any good at all, would have said, "We've really got to texturize your ends. We've got to break up that solid line of your ends before we add length to get it to kind of feather edge in, color melt in, blend in, whatever." And so I say color melt, really like a cut melt. I say it's the melting of cutting instead of coloring. But one of the first things they could have did here was put the extensions a lot higher. That indicates how low they went on the head, kind of like I was talking about in the beginning in my own salon yesterday. too much of her hair is over the top of the extensions. But come on, first of all, the color doesn't even match. If the color was closer, it'd be better. If it was higher, it'd be better. But texturizing her ends is very important here, or you just don't wear them. Her hair's pretty freaking long. She's a beautiful woman. She didn't need that extra hair. But you know what drove everybody crazy is she loves attention. She loves being wild and crazy. She act like she doesn't care what people think. It could have totally been on purpose. There's no way to know.
I'm trying to keep opinions to myself, I guess. I don't know how to respond.
It could have been a hairdresser that didn't know what they were doing. They put them in real quick, and she's like, girl, leave it. I don't care. It looks good. Let them talk about me.
Yeah, maybe she was running behind or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but especially if it was some of these hairdressers that are on set for celebrities, they don't necessarily have extension training. They're really good at some things because you and I have friends that do lots of celebrities, and I can remember even Sasha one time was talking about, okay, he says, so I'm doing a celebrity one time. They asked me to do his makeup also, and he's like, oh God, Bernard, I had never done makeup before, so I give it a try. Not that good. They almost wanted to fire me. I went to a makeup class right away. Next time I begged for a second chance. He said, go back, and I did a good job, and they kept me. So that reminded me, like, you know what? A lot of stylists get asked, like, put these extensions in real quick. And the stylist doesn't want to say, I don't know how. And so they just do it. And one of the most popular ways to put extensions in on celebrities and runway models and Victoria's Secret runway shows for the night was to run a bead of glue. Part the hair off, run a bead of glue, slap a weft on there, push it in, blow dry it, and it would be glued in. And it will stay in a few days, up to a week sometimes, full of shampoos. And so because a clip-in, she could have saw it and said, it looks terrible, pull it out real quick, I'm going without it. But if they did glue a row in and they were under a time crunch, then it's like, oh, shoot.
It's in there. Yeah, it's in there.
You got to go with it. You should have put it in a ponytail. It would blend better. But she does have the reputation of saying, I don't care. I'm going. And just did it and didn't care. And she got a lot of publicity for it. So why not? People know these guys wear extensions. I think if it was a publicity stunt, congratulations. It was really good. Let's go to the next one.
All right. So this is...
really.
I'm probably not going to say her name correctly, but her name is Perry Edwards. She is a British pop star singer. So she's...
I've never seen this before. This is interesting.
Yeah, so if I can do...
I've never seen this before, ever, and I'm like, it almost looks like she has long hair, but you can tell through the ring that it's not gonna...
So you know when okay, so maybe people don't know, but when we get our hair extensions, they come in a package. And they're all tied up and everything. Well, some of these reusable ones, for display purposes, they come with these, with these rings on them, so you can hang them up on a command hook. And
somebody used it in her hair.
Somebody took her natural hair, pulled it into the ponytail.
I don't hate it. I love the creativity here. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, why even use hair? You could use yarn or material or fabric. I mean, this is creative. What a great idea. That's interesting. It almost looks like she has long hair. And I bet most people just looked and thought, what a beautiful style. And then if you look a little close, they're like, whoa, it doesn't connect. Move on. I want to see bad extensions. That's not terrible. It's just so weird. So this is probably the most famous, like, people of Walmart kind of thing. Hair extensions. I always do that. You don't want your extensions to look like that, that's kind of what that is, like 5 fingers. I mean, I just wonder what was going on here. Do you have any?
The caption says it all. Girls at my school with hair extensions.
Which is obviously a meme. They're talking about how bad extensions can be. But I think obviously this is like the quintessential non-blending, not all the things. I mean, every single thing. Obviously, this doesn't look like real hair, but I mean, it's real hair possibly, but it's not the right color. The length doesn't blend. It's not enough hair to match. It obviously is stupid, but it does prove a lot of points. Doesn't it? It proves a lot of points. It just
No,
shows you sometimes you got to go so bad to get it through some people's heads. Like, look, you didn't put enough hair. Because even when they put much more hair, it still sometimes is not enough. And so I think this just really magnifies this is not enough hair.
it's one of the biggest issues that I run into in the class is, people don't want to talk about budget. People don't want to talk about the money, and they don't want to talk about how much they can afford. They just want what they want. And then and I always say this, stylists, hairdressers, we have big hearts and we want to help people, right? And we try really, really, really hard to make anything work under any circumstances. Yeah, no. This person looks like she's got a lot of hair. So she probably should have had, if this is 3 or 4 packs of hair, this probably should have been 8 or 12 packs.
It's not packs. This is leftover stuff from somebody else's extension. They definitely stayed within her budget. Definitely
This is budget.
I don't even know. There's such big clumps there. I don't even understand because that's not even like.
No, you know what? These are tape-ins.
Oh,
They gotta be they gotta be tape-ins.
You're right because they're wide and thick and small sections. That's a good point. Go to the next one. just as bad as the last. I don't even think we need to stay on this one either. I mean, what? Again, not even the right color, not enough hair, and maybe this is just the start. That mullet is worse than mine, huh?
This is no. You know what? I'm gonna go with something crazy because I just posted in our private group. I just posted a thing about the jellyfish haircut. Maybe they were trying to go for the jellyfish and they were trying to get away with it by calling it what did they call it? The lob? Yeah, the lob, the long bob.
So I'm thinking this is on the street. They're putting hair in and they're not done. They're going to keep putting more and more hair in. Somebody snapped it.
Oh no, they're done. They're done. This is the you're going to make my Tourette's go now. This is the problem, right? How many times have we at a show and we get a model and they're like, I want the longest hair possible. Don't cut any length off. And it's like, woman, we need to connect it. Your hair is here and you want hair down to the floor. It don't connect. No, just leave it. It'll be fine. Just leave it long. All right.
I've been telling people lately, just say no. I mean, I get pictures all the time of people wanting help matching color. It's funny because they send me a picture with a girl that short of hair. We're doing a model call right now. We're doing this is an interesting thing. We're doing 20 to 25 free heads of hair extensions in our salon right now. We're covering the cost of the hair. The hairdressers are giving their time, and we're giving it away. We're hoping to make money on the service 3 or 4 visits in, and the hairdressers are making the biggest tips, of course, because we're giving over $1,000 worth of hair away. Hairdressers are getting paid hair extension clients because of it. The excitement and the energy and the amount of money, it's so counterintuitive. We had one of our biggest days yesterday, and we did probably 2 or 3 free hair extension clients at the same time. So the free extension clients are just causing a lot of excitement and just new high energy in the salon, which is bringing more paid customers in for all sorts of services. The tips are bigger than ever, I just said. So the excitement in the salon is crazy. And none of that happens without education. And so this, like you're saying, this is a lack of education. They don't know how to do extensions. They don't know where to put them. This might just be a friend that slapped a weft in that they bought at a beauty mart on the street, and they think you're supposed to put it in as low as possible so it's not seen. You don't want to put it on top of the head. It'll be seen. So we might as well put it around. You might as well just wear it like a necklace. You might as well just wear it around your neck, pin it together right here, and just let it be under all your hair in the back. But people are sending in pictures wanting extensions for our model call, and that's how I'm starting it. Send me a front and side picture to determine if you qualify to be a model. And I'm saying no to a few of them. They have really, really short hair. It's not worth the trouble of trying. I usually tell them, yes, we can do your hair for extensions, but it's going to cost 2 to 3 times the average head of extensions to get enough hair in there to make it look as good as it possibly can. And then it's still going to be very difficult for it to blend. It'll have to be a very layered cut. I don't think you'll be happy when you look at your friend with extensions compared to you with extensions. It's going to cost you like over $3,000 for us to put enough hair in and put the labor in to get it done. And then you won't be as happy as her for $1,200, $1,500. So I don't recommend it, but we can do it. So I don't usually say no, but I would for a hairdresser that's not experienced. One of my hairdressers that has not done that short hair before, let's not start there. But I'll do it with a whole lot of disclaimers like, it's going to look terrible. Do you still want to do it? Sometimes they say yes and pay you over $3,000 after they've signed a waiver, and we do it, and it still looks way better than that. But God, that's sad. Go to the next one. I need the pictures I told you to tell you. Oh yeah.
This was off of an Instagram.
What do you call those clips down lower? What do you call those? Barrettes?
Are those barrette clips?
Yeah, the barrettes. I mean, I think that's what pulls it all together and makes it look better, right? I mean, what's the purpose of these barrettes? You know, so this is, I guess, tape-ins, huh? Right on.
These are tape-ins. Oh yeah.
You know, so I just said those other ones were too low. Talk about the other.
Yeah, they're fine, huh? Okay, too low. They got to put them up higher. She put them up higher. Now what?
Yes, she listened. She listened. They're up higher. Now, come on. Let's talk about the good. Forget about, I wish I could put my finger right over the part there in the middle. Down the sides. I mean, the color's awful.
I mean, that's beautiful coverage. And if we're talking about the good, that's such a beautiful color. It looks so full.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There isn't. So that is the start of using this as an example of there's no blend line because none of the client's hair comes over the top on the sides. I mean, the back. I mean, why did they put the two in halfway down the head like that in the back?
I think those were the original ones that were in, and they probably grew out.
They just add on to them as they grow out, right? So there's no taking them out and putting them back.
I don't know.
My, that is, next picture, please. What? I didn't even read any of that other part. Who? Happy Thursday, everyone. Yeah, go on. I don't need to read it. I mean, there's nothing to read, but that's just stupid. And that's similar to the back of Britney Spears' hair. That's just.
Yeah, but now this is with the eye tips. You know, Britney's was with the bonds, and then this is with the eye tips. So it's not that one is safer than the other. You can have the same problem.
You still got to keep those tangles out. And the good thing about, not good, but the clear thing about the picture is with the hair all messed up like that, you can see that how short the client's hair is. Again, so here's something to say about this one. Good color match. It looks like that hair on top is the same color as the extensions. What are you laughing at? It is a good color match. I mean,
no,
other than the gold light shining out of her head and making them roots a little brassy, a little golden colored, the whiter blonde on the ends. It probably blended a lot better when it was new. And this is like, hey girl, you waited a little too long. You got to go get them taken out and put back in, and you got to keep those tangles out. And she's probably sleeping with wet hair, and she's not brushing the tangles out at all.
So here's my take on this one, because she's obviously not a natural blonde. So all that golden is her natural color, and she got bleached out, or she got double processed, right?
You know, broke off.
No, is it even worse? So I always say in class, what's worse than breakage? What do you think could be worse than hair breaking off? Hair staying in and matting and tangling. To me, is way. I'd much rather have breakage than deal with tangling and matting.
That's funny.
And I'll tell you what, She does not have natural blonde hair, so they had to bleach her out. They probably did it with the bonds in, and at the shampoo bowl, it probably all, because you got to scrub all that out, and that probably became a hot tangled mess.
And then that's probably like her taking a picture of herself, complaining to a friend or the hairdresser, look what my
Possible.
hairdresser did. She's trying, it looks like a kind of a selfie like this, and she
Yeah.
snapped the shot, sent it to her friend, and then her friend is such a good friend, she posted it somewhere.
I will give the credit on this one though. You are correct. At
Good couple.
least they had the good sense of matching the hair to the ends, the mid shaft to the ends. Everybody's always so worried about matching it to the new growth or to the root area. You really got to match. The extensions live down here. Hair extensions, you're extending.
The natural hair falls over the extensions and the blend line has to be further down. Right. A lot of hairdressers would have matched that yellow gold at the root, put gold hair on. It wouldn't have matched. The other thing that looks good, it's funny that we're finding the good in here because it looks a hot mess. I mean, it does actually look like there's enough hairs to support the weight of those too. And the beads, it looks like a decent chunk.
Because if I reset this, look at how long this is. That is insanely long.
That's true. I didn't realize how long it was.
Now, it might be her blouse or not. I don't know. But she doesn't look like she has a long torso.
It looks like she's a housekeeper. I'm just kidding. It looks like a Halloween costume. We shouldn't go too negative on this. But, I mean, it almost looks like she's doing a French maid outfit there. But you would think maybe the extensions was part of the costume, but that's too permanent.
No. That hair is way too long for, I'm assuming or guessing how tall she is.
It's a trend. People want hair down to their butts these days. And so, how do we do 22-inch hair, but God, even that, we don't do it on really short hair because it's too much weight for fine, thin hair or damaged hair. Move to the next picture.
Wait, I got a question. Okay, so everybody out there, I want comments on this. Help me understand. So you all want this long hair, right?
Yeah.
And every time somebody gets long hair, they end up on the internet, and now they end up on a review video. For how long are people going to subject themselves?
Not all of them.
All of them. I'm going to find all of them. This is going to become a series.
Yeah. The good one, we're not showing the good ones because they're no fun. Oh, it looks like nice hair. So
this is a good one.
I believe is the new version of the 3-layered cut. That's my opinion. Forever as a hairdresser, you hear people, I mean, where is she? Playboy in the background. You got Playboy, you got jeans. I mean, is this somebody?
Oh, you know what? I was so distracted by the hair. I didn't even pay attention to the setting.
But I see the clothing racks. I'm thinking it's a store. Oh, that would be a good trivia question. I bet somebody knows what store that is. But what is going? So this is, and my guess is her hair is fairly short, almost shoulder length. You can see like right over the shoulders on the, I can't point to that picture, but I am pointing to it on the sides.
You're pointing, right?
Yeah, but it looks like two different wefts.
Can you see my mouse?
Yep.
So if I do like this, right? You're talking about over here.
No, that's the first layer of extensions. I think over on the outside.
You're talking up here.
Well, right on her shoulders, down, right in that area. You can see the length of her hair there and on the other shoulder. That's kind of her hair, I think, the ends of her hair. And it's layered up to those shorter pieces in the middle, the little blonde, the 3 blonde. It's funny, even her highlights.
The 3 layers. She's got the 3-layer and the 3-layer.
You got 3 blonde highlights up top, up high, which are perfectly pointed and blend okay, I guess. But then somebody put a short weft and a long weft. And you know what? This is a common smart idea in concept. Somebody was telling me, I want to go really long and I want it to be layered. So I'm going to put an 18-inch weft and a 22-inch weft in the hair. And I say, I understand your thought process there. One is the 18-inch weft is cheaper. Of course, that's a 14-inch and a 22-inch weft, or a 10 and a 18. So let's say you're going to put an 18 and a 22-inch weft. So right away, from 18 to 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 4 inches. And so this is 4 inches because every 2 fingers of mine is about an inch. So that is a 4-inch difference right there. I mean, 4 inches is almost the size of my head, huh? So 4-inch difference in
That's
the
my
layers.
4 inches or your 4 inches? Which 4
Yeah.
inches?
So listen, they don't think about this. You're putting the 18-inch weft here. Let's put it on that girl's hair behind me. You're putting it here, and then you're putting the 22-inch hair about 2 to 3 inches below it on the head. So not only are the wefts 4 inches in difference, you're also putting them 2 inches apart.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put that top weft 2 inches higher than the bottom weft, you're already separating them by an inch or 2 or 3, you know, so let's just call it 2. And then you're doing a 4-inch difference in length. So your 6 inches difference, that up there looks more like 8 to 10-inch difference in length. So that was probably what the concept was. Let's put a shorter weft on top, a longer one underneath, and we'll layer it together. And then they never layered it. So do you know where the three, I am just an educated guess, but do you know where the 3-layered haircut came from or how it was, how it became? I saw it happen a lot in hair school. And then after a few years, the geometry just kind of hit me. When you pull hair all
Was
the way
it
up,
90 degrees or was it the 180?
so when you pull all the hair up to do the original term, my mom says it was called the California concept. It was all those basic things where you pull all the hair into one place, cut it, and it all falls, right? Well,
Yeah, the 180. Okay.
Kind of like the ponytail haircut, or you could just do a mohawk, pull it all up to a mohawk and cut it all in one length up there. But when you pull it all up in the air and cut it, then when it is all one length up here, then when it falls, it's layered. But because of our hairline, you know, you've got the bangs, and then your recession goes back, and then you got this kind of point in here between the sideburn and this, and then you got another recession above the ear, and then you've got this. So this point, and this point is magnified in the ends down here. You know how before you take your outer layer and blend it all the way around, if you just pull hair straight up in the air and cut it and let it drop, it shows 3 distinct layers on the side because of the 3 points on the head. And I think a lot of people are pulling the hair up, layering it, maybe trimming bangs a little and saying, look how beautiful the layers are. It's all kind of pushed back and feathered. They don't see that it's not blending in the front until the client doesn't style it and they just wash and go and it falls straight. And you got this chunk. And then they think it's supposed to be that way. And then their friends say, oh my God, I love your haircut. That same 3-layer cut. And you're like, this was not on purpose, guys. This is not okay. You're not supposed to want it. I think it's hilarious how some trends happen. And then when I saw this yesterday, I was like, oh my God, another 3. This is bringing the side 3-layer cut all the way around. It's bringing it all the way through the back. People will probably want this at some point, and we'll have to do it and hate it the whole way through.
You know, you made me think about something too. All of these pictures that we've been showing, they're all straight. None of these are curled. And how many times does a client come in with the picture from social media and they're like, I want to look like this, and all that hair is all curled, and we have to explain to them they had to curl it, do the beachy waves because to hide this.
Right. That's a good point. That's why so many extensions are curled with curling irons these days, because even that, and then they go home and they flat iron it. Let's go to that. Do you have any more, or is that it?
I think I'm having a technical difficulty over here.
Oh, yeah. Your microphone sounds crackly also on my end. I don't know if it's showing on YouTube like that, but
I don't know. YouTube's crazy. We're on our last one, and this is just
my favorite. My favorite. I'm glad you saved it to last.
I think we're back. Yeah.
I was studying this one for a minute, but I want to let you talk first. What do you see here?
Okay.
I mean, I know people that do eye tips are looking and like they see everything wrong already.
Here's the thing. When eye tips first came out, it was supposed to be a solution to the keratin bonds. People, there was a sect of people that were afraid of attaching the bond directly to the hair. So they wanted to share the same space. This was supposed to be reusable and all of that. The thing what happened though is people start coming up with their own with their own habit. Like they go get trained and they do it correctly in training. I see this all the time. And then you talk to them and they start having problems and you discover that whatever they learned in training proper, when they go back to the salon, they start doing their own thing. And I don't know if she was in a rush.
Better. They go and do it
Yeah,
better.
they do it better. Right. Because, we train them very specifically to waste their time. We don't train them to be efficient and proper in any way. So this
Look
is
real close. Some of them
link-
have two in the same bead.
two in the same bead. They tried to make that section thicker. And then a couple of them, they didn't use the tip part of it. They pushed the tip all the way through and attached it to the hair itself.
Right there in the middle, all the way through. And that's going to stay in better, but it's not going to be comfortable on the head because...
Oh my God, how is that going to stay better?
Well, because the bead is going to squeeze on... Oh, I hit my computer. Squeeze on all the hair more evenly. And so the bead gets a grip on all the client's hair. That's what I hate about iTips is that bead, when you... That's why I talk about these onstage extensions being so much better. Listen, when you've got this eye and you squeeze a bead around an eye, boom, and it hits the eye, there's all this space on both sides that some of the client's hair was pulled through that doesn't get squeezed on because the bead doesn't squeeze all the way to all of the hair and get it all. So the bead doesn't go flat. Whereas when you've got it on just hair on hair, they're actually getting it squeezed all the way. Now, that eye is going to wreak havoc on tangling, itching, poking in the head. And that bead probably isn't the proper inners of a right kind of bead. I can't see closely, but it's probably...
Oh, no, that's the proper beads. But then if you look from the middle, if you look to the left, like here, if you look over here, this eye looked like it's been cut. This looks like it's been cut. Why was this left full? Like it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I love the ones where it looks like the middle one that's obviously pulled all the way through. Look, two over to the right of that, to the left, two to the left.
Oh,
one more right there. Is that two eyes coming through the bead?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got that one. There's that one that I was pointing at. You got this one over here. You got this one over there. Oh yeah, right. That's double density.
Double density. Now, it does look like they got the color match well. Looks like they put a lot of hair in. I bet it looked really good when it's down. It's just not going to be comfortable on the head. It looks like there's enough hair in each bead to support the weight. So I mean, there are some good things going on here, and I love the blonde brown mix. And it's hard to say the hair on the top if the ends are the color of the extensions. But the fact that the extensions don't match the roots tells me they probably matched the ends, which was probably a good start for color matching. They got good color matching, enough hair in the bead. But this is inherently why I don't like iTips. I mean, what is the right way to do this? It doesn't matter how much of that eye. Look, Eddie, you stick the eye in there. If you just grab the tip of the eye, it might slip out. If you go through a little too much, you still got that little bit there that's going to stick in the head and bother them. It's like, how far inside of the bead do you stick the eye? There's no right answer because they're just wrong. So yes, your comments. Go ahead and hate me because I hate iTips, guys.
I can't say what I want to say. I'm going to tell you after the stream. I'm going to say.
Okay. Yeah, I almost didn't do these on-stage beaded extensions because I hated iTips so much. I think that I love the innovation and the creativity of it was the first in a long, I think it came out before tape, so it was the first reusable extension. And that was a great idea. But I mean, when they went from a flat, smooth bead to a threaded bead that just chopped hair off like crazy to a silicone that just slips out, the beads lose their color, the beads are too big. There was just so many things that just didn't work with iTips, but they gained popularity, just like tape ends, which aren't the greatest for hair either, because of the reusability. I get it. People want to save money. They want to reuse the hair and put it in over and over. And so when it came to the onstage and they told me, well, it's a beaded, I said, stop right there, not interested. They really had to sell me on that. And then I was like, oh, and I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it had all the good qualities and some new things. It was nothing like an iTip. And so A lot of people tell me, "Oh, I use a technique similar to that. We use beads too." Not similar.
So here's my question. Why did
What?
you decide to go with Velcro and not this neon hot pink little clippy? Because I think the winner of this image is the neon hot pink clippy. I don't know why you focusing on the bonds here. I love that little clippy.
Look, that's my favorite clip. That is a butterfly clip that
That's
you
a
can buy.
butterfly.
Yep, I love that clip. That's my
From
favorite clip to clip
from
hair.
the dollar store. It comes in like a 3-pack, right? It's like a white, a pink, and a black.
You get them from Sally's, and I like the black and white ones. And I tell you what, it is actually my favorite clip. Yesterday in the salon when I was helping the hairdressers, I don't know, is that old fashioned and out of style? I don't know. It grabs hair way better than all these other duckbill style clips that we have, even the big flat ones, even the ones that look like an alligator or whatever you call it, the dinosaur clip. Well, that clip, they make them shorter, sideways, they don't clip much hair. I like the big wide one. Get that hair all twisted down, ponytail, and it's big enough to grab a big chunk of hair. Now, I'm not using the neon colors. I just like black or white, but that is still my favorite clip to hold a section of hair. Is that wrong? Is it that bad, Eddie?
No, I just always, that's why I pointed it out to you, because I always see you, every time I'm with you, you always go for those. Like, we line you up, pin clips, right? The metal duck clips, the alligator clip. We get you, we have like 3 or 4 different variations of clips, and you always look for
Never the one. Yeah, I'm looking for that one. I open that clip up and then use one side of the clip to like comb the hair up and then close it on the hair. So I mean, I can get the tightest little clip, tightest little section with that clip. I don't think any clip works better than that clip. It's my favorite.
So which one is your favorite fail?
Favorite fail? I think it's got to be, it's hard to say because I think there's categories here. I mean, some are the cut color blend and some are like the one with the 3 layers is my favorite overall because it just shows that
This one?
that yeah, it's like, oh, it's so close.
All right, so this one is your favorite one, right?
I could go in there and actually make that look good. You know that? I could layer that hair and blend it so it's so close. It's so freaking close. Call me. I can fix your hair.
All right, well, I'll tell you, my favorite one
What's
is
yours?
this one. I love this one.
That's not even extension.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So what happened? Did they just not bother opening the package? Did they not realize that there is, because some of these extensions, they come in these fancy boxes, right? And then you open them up and you pull it out and you're like, wow, that's really cool. But then no, there's more. You got to keep opening up the packaging even more. Like even the weft, the onstage weft, when you get it, it comes in the nice packaging. You pull the string to get it out, and then you got to unroll it off the little foam that it's wrapped around.
Just tear around all the packaging and put it on they probably use the ring from the color ring.
I love this one. This is my favorite one.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to do that. Send me a weft from on stage, and I'm going to take it straight out the package. I'm not going to unroll it. And I'm just going to, with the loops and everything, with all the loop, with all the 30
Oh, the
something
red
loops.
and green loops. Yeah, that's funny. That's what we need to do. It'll just be flared out to the side, kind of. All right, I think I've had enough negativity for one day. I got to go back to my positive world. I usually protect and shield myself from this kind of negativity. Get back to my positive bubble. Oh man, and I recommended this video because
You did.
think people need help with extensions. I think that just us shedding some light on how some of these could have been better hopefully helped some of you guys do better extensions or ask for better extensions or realize when you get bad ones, go back, tell them no, I'm not paying for this. It needs to be better. Call Bernard. He can help you. Call Eddie. He can. I mean, we've got education to help you know where to play. I think placement is the beginning of it all. I usually talk about that before we even talk about color matching. You can be Placement to me is probably the number one thing that makes extensions look better. You can be a little off on color and make it work. You can even slap some color right over the extensions and the client's hair if you need to adjust or fix the color. Not recommending that. Happens pretty often. Some people come in and paint some dark or some light pieces through there to pull it all together. But placement, where to put it, because we didn't even get to any pictures where the extensions go in and then they stop right here, and all they do is put them from behind the ears to the back the whole way. It all blends fine in the back. They just don't have any on the side. Talk about the ultimate mullet, because people are afraid, just like they're afraid to go too high, they're afraid to go too forward on the sides, and they just don't blend the sides or the bangs. So our education covers all of that. Where to put them, how to put them, how to put them in, how to color match. Oh man, I've had enough. Definitely take our training. Education is worth it, online or in person. Peace out, guys. We got another video to make today, and I gotta go.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Let us know which one is your